Hello, Instagrammers. I have something I need to share with you. I wrote this blog and it's just speaking to my soul so much. I gotta share it because I know not everybody logs on to the blogs, okay? So I've been thinking for years as a nursing educator and as a nurse, what separates, the nursing students that do really well, the nurses that thrive under stress from those who struggle. And I've come up with an answer. Hi guys, thanks for joining me. I've come up with an answer, okay? It's taken me years to come up with this answer. I'm an educator. If you follow us, you know that. I'm a full-time professor of nursing. This is what I do, and I've been looking for this answer in the evidence, in my students, in my fellow educators for years and years and years. Okay, here it is. If you see me looking over here, it's because I'm reading this to you. I wrote it, by the way. Education as a whole, but specifically nursing education, does a stellar job at measuring your IQ. If you're a nursing student, you know that, right? You get tests and assessments and clinicals and all this stuff, and you feel like you're constantly being measured in terms of your intelligence. And while measuring IQ is valuable, right? We do that. We measure IQ, starting in grade school. We even have standardized testing, right, to measure people's IQ. We decided long ago that IQ equals success. That if you have this IQ, you're therefore intelligent, therefore successful. That's not the case, okay? What if, though, I told you that IQ, or your intelligence level, your standardized score of intelligence, wasn't the best predictor of your success? As a nurse, as a nursing student, as a brand new graduate nurse, as a nurse in practice for 10 years, that's not what's going to predict your success in nursing school or in nursing practice. It is not your level of intelligence. It is not your IQ, okay? What if I told you that your ability to learn easily and quickly wasn't what would determine whether or not you passed or failed? Hi, Tarisha. Not just in nursing education, but also in nursing practice. I'm going to tell you what it is. What if there were multiple studies in the evidence, suggesting that your success in nursing school and nursing practice comes down to one attribute, just one attribute. You're like, what is it? Tell me. One attribute that serves up more success than even social or intellectual intelligence. One attribute. It's called grit. 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 Grit is what separates you from the other students, what separates you from the other nurses, okay? Grit trumps IQ every single time. Hear me out. If we define grit, if you look at the definition of grit, the definition is grit is passion and perseverance for long-term and meaningful goals. Let me read that again. Grit is passion and perseverance for long-term and meaningful goals. That's a quote by Duckworth, by the way. Grit is the ability to persist in something that you feel passionate about and to persevere when you face obstacles. Does this sound like nursing school to you? This kind of passion is not about intense emotions or obsession. It's about having direction and having commitment. It's about the marathon and not the sprint. It's about playing the long game. It's about studying to save people's lives as opposed to studying just to pass, okay? When you have this kind of passion deep within your soul, which I most definitely possess, you can stay committed to a task that may be long or boring or difficult or seemingly unachievable, okay? Grit is also about perseverance. I'm reading you something I wrote. To persevere means to stick with it, to continue working hard even after experiencing difficulty or failure. It means you don't quit. You don't quit, okay? I'm going to say it again because it's worth repeating, and mostly because it goes against everything we're taught in nursing school. It goes against what we think we know. It goes against our assumptions. Grit is important because it is a driver of achievement and success that is independent of and beyond what talent and intelligence alone can underwrite. Being naturally smart and talented is awesome. It's great. It's a gift. I'm naturally intelligent. I'm emotionally intelligent. That's great. Did that get me to where I am today? Absolutely not. What's gotten me to where I am today is my grit, my passion. I literally fail to give up at anything. I don't do it. I can't. I don't even have it in me. Okay? But to succeed and to thrive, you have to persevere. Without grit, this is a brilliant quote. Without grit, talent may be nothing more than unmet potential. It is only with effort that talent becomes a skill that leads to success. Without grit, talent may be nothing more than unmet potential. If you look at the most successful people in this world, they have this attribute in common. They're gritty. They are as gritty as it comes. Okay? And I'm willing to put this out there in the universe. And it might sound cheesy, but I don't even care because it's so fitting to the nursing profession. Okay? Without grit, nurses quit. You quit believing in yourself, you quit studying, you fail your registration exam, you throw in the towel, you think you're not good enough, right? You fail one course in nursing school and you think you don't deserve to be a nurse. That's garbage. That's not true, okay? What defines your value in our profession isn't your academic average, okay? Some of the book smartest nurses are not the best nurses at the bedside. You have a gift and you are called to share it. And grit is what's going to get you there, okay? You can't give up. This spoke so much to me because I have a difficult time understanding sometimes how somebody could just quit something. I'm like, how could you just quit something? And it's because I'm so gritty that I have a hard time rectifying that. Grittiness will define your success. It will automatically impact your ability to persevere. Without grit, talent is nothing more than unmet potential. There's so many talented people in this world that aren't giving their gifts to the universe because they don't have the grit that it takes to pull through. Okay? Stay gritty, nurses.